Good evening. Today I want to talk about the raging issue in India. For the last 1 year, the middle class has been struggling under huge price rises in petrol, diesel, and LPG cylinders. These people who protested when LPG price was 400 seem to have jacked up the price of cylinders to 875 rupees. And if you add the 50 rupees that you have to pay to the man which delivers the cylinder at your level, it becomes 925 rupees. P.T. Painavel Rajan, the young finance minister from Tamil Nadu, has set the cat among the pigeons by cutting the rate of petrol taxes by 3 rupees. He said it would make a very important impact on the life of the common man. I completely agree. By the common man, we don't talk about the people who drive cars like me, or people who can afford a lot of money, or who can buy a new car at the drop of a hat. We talk of people who use a TVS 50 to funnel their livelihood. We talk of people who deliver newspapers, who use this to deliver milk, flowers. And we also talk of people who use motorcycle to sell home loans, life insurance policies, or of any products. This represents a huge portion of middle class and lower middle class India. These people use at least 3 to 4 liters of petrol every day. If you are going to give them 10 to 12 rupees off, depending on how much they are using the petrol, you are going to give them 1 extra cup of tea a day. This means 30 extra cups of business to a small tea shop vendor, and the cycle chain keeps moving up. Even if the person does not spend that money, it represents definitely a big saving. For somebody who makes about 25,000 rupees a month, a saving of 300 rupees is a lot. This means that he can pay his telephone bill or an internet bill, or at least pay for the water which he is buying. We have always known that Nirmala Sitharaman is highly insensitive and arrogant. When asked about onion prices, she famously reported, "And I do not eat onions, so I don't worry about it." When asked about the GST on steel utensils, she said if people cannot afford to use steel utensils, people should use aluminium. When people asked about high GST on eateries, which was originally at 18%, she retorted, if people can't eat in hotels, they should practice eating at home. I am highlighting all this to show her insensitivity and arrogance. But the mandate that the people of North India have given to this government means that rest of India also has to suffer. For this is one united country, and we pay the price for the mistakes of North Indians. Anyway, in this, after PTR cut the rates, in a press conference, people asked her why the rates are not being cut. So she said, Manmohan Singh borrowed money in 2013 to keep fuel prices low, and since we have to pay those monies, we are now suffering high prices. Nothing can be further from the truth, and it is my endeavor that in this talk to help you to understand why it is false. According to Government of India figures, 70,196 crores has been paid as interest on these bonds from 2015 when Nirmala Sitharaman and her boss took over till 2021. Between 21 and 26, 37,340 crores have to be paid. This gives you roughly 1,08,000 crores. I am being generous. 1,08,000 crores. And there is another 1,30,000 crores of principal to be repaid in tranches up to 2026. When I total up all these figures, after being generous, it comes to 2,38,000 crores. I want to point out to Madam Sitharaman that the extra taxes that she has collected on account of a cess imposed after the oil prices crashed is up to the tune of 1,60,000 crores in the last year. In the 6 months on up to September 30th, when this same cess is operative, it is very clear she is going to collect another 80,000 crores as extra cess. So with this, she has collected 2,40,000 crores, more than enough to pay interest for the next 5 years and principal. If she prepays this loan, then 2 lakh crores is enough. I want to ask her, when the total amount due as of today is only 2 lakh crores, why should the common man pay 2,40,000 crores? If this was what was intended, then why call it as a road cess? Instead, you could have called it as the Manmohan Singh folly cess. and blame the follies on Manmohan Singh and call it an oil bond cess. The fact remains that you are lying through your teeth, you are incompetent, you are arrogant, and you don't have any idea of public finances. Very clearly, the total amount due is only 1,30,000 crores and inclusive of interest is only 2,40,000 crores. In 18 months, you have collected 2,40,000 crores, well in excess of the money. And you called it road cess. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India has found that you have transferred these cesses into the Consolidated Fund of India and used it for other purposes. The same thing you did with GST compensation cess money. Be that as may, it is very clear this money is not in the bank to pay these dues. This money was collected for another purpose. Let us examine what is the purpose for which this money was collected. You decided unilaterally, without taking Parliament into confidence, to cut corporate taxes from 40 to 23. In 1 year, you lost 1,54,000 crores. You forced a history professor who is masquerading as an RBI governor to give you 1,76,000 crores from reserves to compensate for the loss for 1 year. That it is not possible to ask the history graduate to keep producing this kind of rabbit out of his hat forever. So you decided that you could tax petrol and diesel because the prices of petrol and diesel had come down and therefore people could afford to pay it. But having committed, you did not have the common sense to realize that the pandemic would end and fuel prices would rise. Now you are caught between the devil and the deep sea and you are unable to roll back the taxes. In between, you allowed corporates to have a free ride. India's top corporate made a profit of 50,000 crores last year. You allowed him legally to pay a tax rate of 3%. This shows where your government priorities lie. Mrs. Sitharaman, you should talk the truth. Truth is power, and you should clearly explain to the people that you wanted to help your rich friends to enable a K-shaped recovery. The policies of this government has made sure after the pandemic, the rich industrialist friends of this government will get richer. The middle class and the lower middle class will drain. It is very clear the way the gold loan companies are reporting. Several tons of gold of the poor and the lower middle class are being auctioned. The jewelers are buying this, melting this gold and transferring to the wealth. Similarly is the case of fuel taxes. You have cut the taxes of the rich, and since they are paying less, you are taxing the lower middle class and the middle class to transfer wealth to them. This is why everybody has called this a K-shaped recovery. What you are doing, a transfer of wealth from India's poor lower middle class to India's wealthy and mighty. Thank you for watching. Be rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.